Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are safe and fine, completed all your work, doing the exercises which is given in the second term, third term, completed na? Okay, today we are going to start exercise 13, the new chapter, that is the data interpretation. Okay. First of all, we will begin this topic. You should know what is this data. Data is the collection of numbers giving specific information of anything. Either it is regarding the number of students in the class, or it is regarding the how many vehicles are used by the different people on the road, or so many things, fruits vendors, or regarding rains, regarding it is related to many things. So these numbers, which numbers means if you are talking about your classroom, there are so many students in the class. I am just taking 60 students. One class there are 60 students. Out of these 60 students, 50 students like study. Okay, 15 like study. Then 10 likes to play basketball. 10 like to do drawing. Okay, then 5 likes to sing. 20 likes to dance. So these 60 students are divided into different groups. So this 10, 15, 5, 20, these all are the numbers which are giving you specific information about the particular class. So these numbers are called data. Clear? Now, second point about this chapter. What is this chapter? Chapter name is data interpretation. What is this interpretation? Interpretation is a word which comes from interpret. Interpret मतलब किसी चीज को देख करके अपनी उसके बारे में राय जाहिर करना, उसके बारे में अपनी बातों को बताना, उस पिक्चर को देख के आपको क्या समझ में आया. That is called interpretation. So in your class we are going to study about that only. Okay. So data interpretation is the process of making sense out of the data that has been processed this collection. Okay, maybe it is present in the form of bar graph, it is present in the form of pictograph, it is present in the form of line graph, it is present in the form of pie graph. Pie graph or pie chart is a circuit graph. Okay, so these are the different way to represent the data. Okay, so from this given pictures, we have to interpret what that picture is saying. Okay. Now you are in class 4 and you might have received this book from the school. This is a graph book. As we have done the geometry book in the geometry copy, we will do the data handling chapter in the graph copy. Okay. Graph copy is of two sets. One page we are going to write and one page we are going to draw. This page is having equal number of squares, equal size of square. Okay, it's not number, it's equal size of square. This is your graph sheet. This graph sheet is divided into small squares and then a big square. So light color and dark color, two types of squares are there in your copy. If you see the copy, there are two types of square. One is light color, one is of dark color. This dark color square is called centimeter block, that is of 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. As you have studied in area and perimeter chapter, this is 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. Inside that small blocks are there and it is of millimeter, because 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. So there will be 10 blocks. Okay. So if we are moving to the next one, see this block, if you will see, this is the same picture I have just poured it. So it is the, if you see this line, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So this 1 centimeter square block is divided into the 10 small squares. So this is 10 and this side also 10. To total are 100. Got it? So this is the square. So this is inside this small one is called millimeter block. So this is all about your graph paper. Okay. Now we are moving to the pictures which we are going to interpret. It is the If you see this picture, what you are going to think? It is pictograph. What is pictograph? Pictorial representation of any information or any data is called pictograph. When we are representing any information through the pictures, we are calling it pictograph. Okay? If you see this picture, what you will interpret with this picture? You will see that a fruit sold on Sunday. A vendor is there. You have seen so many vendors are there on the road, those who are selling the fruits. So one of the vendor fruits sold on Sunday. So one block we will write on name of the fruits and one side we are going to draw. So number of fruits means first fruit is apple. How many apples he has sold? So first fruit is apple. So how many apples he sold? 1, 2, 3 apple. How many oranges a person sold? 1, 2, 3 oranges. How many mangoes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mangoes. Then how many pears? 1 and 2 pears. How many watermelon? 1 watermelon. So this is the number of fruits the person has sold. So from this data, if you have to interpret the information, who sold, which fruits have sold maximum number? The maximum number of fruits is mango. Okay, which two fruits are having equal numbers? The apple and orange are having equal number. Which is the minimum number of fruits? That is the watermelon. Got it? So this is the interpretation of this data. Now we are switching to the next one, that is the bar graph. What is this bar graph? A diagram that uses vertical or horizontal bars of equal width proportional to the given numerical data is called bar graph. Equal width means this is called width. See, if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars are there, but all bars are of equal width. Width means chodai, breadth. It came from breadth. So equal width it is. Okay. Now distance between two bars is also fixed. It is not like that one bar is drawn here and then we will leave 2 bar and then drawn one picture, then leave 1 bar and no, it's not like that. The distance between these 2 bars is also fixed. If you see this, in between 2 bars the gap is of fixed. It's not like some are very close, some are very far, some not like that. Some bars are very narrow, some bars are very so all are of same width and at the equal distance. Okay. Second point about the bar graph. The bar graph always has a title. From this title we can conclude that about which topic we are going to talk about. So ice cream sold from Monday to Friday. So from here I have concluded that from Monday to Friday a person has sold the ice cream. Now there are 2 axes. One is this vertical axis and second one is this horizontal axis. When you will go in higher classes, you will come to know this vertical axis is called y-axis and this horizontal axis is called x-axis. Okay. So this horizontal axis we are going to put the days Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and this number of ice cream sold because it is going to be changed. Days are not going to be changed. Days are having the fixed. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the fixed part I have drawn on the this x-axis and the things which are going to be varied, they are going to be drawn on the y-axis. So it is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and so on, which depend upon which is the maximum number of data given to you. So this vertical axis and this horizontal axis is changeable. When we are putting the vertical axis as a variable, means like this number of ice cream, it is a vertical bar graph. If I will just turn this one, this side I will write down number of days, name of days, and this side if I will write down this 10, 20, 30, 40, then the bar will be turned this side. Now, so that bar is called vertical bar graph, horizontal bar graph. So this one is vertical bar graph and when the same bar is going to draw like this, that is called horizontal bar graph. Clear to you? Now, from this picture if I have to interpret the data, what I will interpret? On Tuesday the person sold maximum number of ice cream. How many ice cream he sold? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70. Okay. On Thursday he sold minimum number of ice cream, that is 10, 20 and 30. On Friday and Wednesday he sold the equal number of ice cream, that is the 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. And on Monday he sold the 40 ice cream. Clear? So from this picture I interpreted this data. What is this? This is a circle graph. Circle graph, what is this circle graph? When the data or information is given in the form of circle, that is called circle graph or pie chart. Okay? Now, this circle graph is divided into the number of sectors. What is this sector? If you will study the circle chapter, there is this outer boundary is called the circumference. What is this? This outer boundary is called circumference, and this is the center of the circle. So, on this circumference, if I will take a small arc, the small part of the circumference is called arc. So, when we take this small arc and we will join this arc with the help of radius to the center, then this portion is called sector. Okay, so there are how many sectors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this circle graph is divided into 5 sectors. Okay, if you will see the picture in your class, only you have to interpret, but when you will go in higher classes, you have to study about it, how to draw also. Okay, so when you will see this picture, we can conclude that maximum number of students like burger, because the big sector is like burger. Okay, next, if you will see this sandwich and ice cream, they both are having same, na? This arc and this arc is same of size. So we can say that if number is not given, only we have to see the picture and we have to conclude it. Okay, so sandwich and ice cream is liked by the maximum number of children, equal number of children. And then third one is pizza. Pizza is liked by this number of, which is more than the ice cream and sandwich. But less number of students like samosa, because this is very thin sector. If you see this sector, its size is very thin compared to the other one. Okay, so this is all about the circle graph. Now, if anybody will tell you, please interpret this, what you will do. The first part is title. The second part is labeling. One side I have written students, second one it is written marks scored. Then labeling means which students, name of the students, in spite of they have written A, B, C, D. And then this side number of marks, how much marks is scored. Okay, so this is all about this. Now we have to draw. While drawing also, you see all the bars are of equal width. Clear? Size is not same, the width is same, and they all are at equal distance also. See here also, this all 4 are at the equal distance also. You can color it also to make it more beautiful or more presentable. Okay, so if we see that, I have to interpret this given information what it is. Marks scored in a mathematics test. This is the title of this graph. From this title, I can conclude that they are going to talk about which child got maximum marks in the maths, and which child got less marks in the maths. Like that, we are going to discuss about. So from this data, if I am going to see, A have scored 10, 20, 30. Sorry, 20 and 10, 20, 30 and 40. Now, if B has got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, then C has got 10, 20, 30, 40, D has got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and E has got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 and 80 marks. Okay, so this information is going to tell us that in E has scored maximum in the class, A and C and B and D has scored the same number, and if anybody will say which two children have scored 40 marks, that is A and C. Which two students scored 60 marks? B and D. So from here we are going to conclude it. This is all about the information. Now How to draw that I will explain you. Before that, I would like to explain you exercise 13A. Please open your book. The question is given here. The question is given here. How many students are there in the following classes? Count of students in ABC school. Class 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Number of students here. So first we will write down class 1. How many students are there? 25 students. Class 2. How many students are there? 30 students. Class 3. How many students are there? 20 students. Class 4, how many students are there? 25 students. And class 5, how many students are there? 35 students. Okay. Now, from here, the first question is, which class has the maximum number of students? So, class 5 is having maximum number of students. Okay. Which class has the least number of students? If you see here, you can see that class 3 is having least number of students. How many more students are there in class 2 than in class 4? Class 2 is having 30 students and class 4 is having 25 students. So what we will do? 30 minus 25, it is 5 students. Now, how many more students are there in class 1 than class 3? So class 1 is having 25 and class 3 is having 20 students. Okay, so 25 minus 20, it is 5. So we can write down there are 5 more students in that class. So this is exercise 13A, first question. Now we are switching to the next top question, that is how to draw the bar graph. Okay. Now we are going to start how to draw the bar graph. Okay. The question is, the following table shows the number of students who is secured more than 90 marks in mathematics in each section. Draw a bar graph to represent the below data. This data is given here and we have to draw a bar graph to represent it. First of all, the first part regarding the bar graph is, a bar graph is having title. So first we will write down here title. What is the title? Number of students who is scored. We will write down the title, students scored above 90 marks in mathematics. Okay. Try to write it in within this group only. Mine exceeded it here. Okay. Then second part is we have to draw the bar graph. So first we will see how many numbers are there. Data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now we have to divide this page into the 6 equal parts. So we count down how many squares are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 20 is there and 16, 6 is here. So if I will take 2 bars, means 1 bar I will draw and 1 bar I will leave, then also we will get the enough space. So what I am going to do, I am going to leave 2 bars from here, 2 squares from here and 2 squares from this side, and I am going to draw the axis. The first we are going to draw the axis. You have to use the sharp pencil. Never ever use the pen to draw the graph. Okay. Then clear to you? Now this side I will write down the class or section. And this side I will write down number of students. Clear to you? Now, always we will start from 0. This corner point is called 0. Now we will see the numbers. Their maximum number is 14. I will count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So it means each block I will take as a one student. So I am taking here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Okay. Whatever the number is given, always draw the more than that, not exactly the same number. So I am going to draw the section here, put the section here. This first block is 4th A. I left one block here. Then leave 2 block and write down here 4th B. Leave 2 block and write down here 4th C. Leave 2 block and write down here 4th D. Then 4th E. And then leave and write down here 4th F. Okay, it should be clearly mentioned. Again, I am repeating, never ever use the pen or any other thing other than the sharp black pencil to write all these things. Okay. Now, if you will see the first 4th A, number of students are 10. We will check it here. Where is that 10? 10 is coming here. So, and the 4th A block is here. So, I will just put a point here, and with the help of a scale, we have to draw a bar. This is 10, and then make this, join this line with the axis. So this is 4th A. Okay. Now 4th B, number of students is 6. So I will see 6 is coming here and 4th B is here. So 4th B is put the scale and draw the line here. And then join this line with this. Now 4th C, it has 14 students. So we will put the scale at 14. This is 4th C and I am just putting it here. 4th C, this is 14. And then draw it, join it. Now 4th D is having 8 students, so put the scale on 4th D and just move till the 8. This is 8 and this is D. So we have to draw the line here and then join that line. Fourth E, it has 6 students, so we again take this 6. 6 is here. And 4th E is here, so I am just taking it like this. Then 4th F, it is 12. 12 is coming here, so 4th F is 12. Now you can see that we have drawn the bar. All bars are of equal width and at the equal distance, because in between these two bars you can see 1 and 2 block is left. In between these two bars 1 and 2 block is left. Similarly, so all are at the equal distance and they all are having the equal width. This is the one way of presentation of the graph. Now, if you want to make it colorful or more presentable, you can use the color also. And since all are different sections, so I can use the different color to take it. First, I am taking the red color to represent 4th A. And in spite of coloring hole, what we have to do, we have to just draw this line. It is easy also, it will save your time. Okay. Then 4th B, I am taking blue color. You can take any of the color, but make sure all the section will be represented by the different color. Then next is 4th C, I am taking orange color. Now 4th D, I am taking green color. Green is not clearly visible, so I am taking brown color. And the last one is second last is 4th E. Then I am going to take the dark green color. Then the next is blue color. I hope it is clear to you. This is the bar graph. Okay. One thing which is most important, you have to represent a scale here, and the scale is 1 square represent 1 student. Clear? This is the scale. 1 square represent 1 student. Okay. This is the horizontal bar graph. Now, next we are switching to the next question. Draw a bar graph to represent the following table. Name of the vehicle, cycle, car, bus, scooter, truck, number of people, those who are driving these vehicles. So 15, 34, 5, 10 and 4. This I have drawn here vertical bar graph. Now I am going to draw the horizontal bar graph. So to do that one, what I have to do, this part which is fixed, I will draw it vertical axis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns are there. So I will take 5 columns. Same process. Leaving one line and then going to draw the axis. And this side. side I will write down number of people. And this side I will write down name of vehicle. Now first point is 0. So before we will start this graph, we have to write the title. So title is vehicles used by different people. The best part, we can write down different vehicle or types of vehicle. It's not compulsory you have to write the same title, but the title is relevant to the question. You can make your own title also, okay? But it should be relevant to the question. Now, cycle, car, bus, scooter and truck. So that part I have to write down this side. So first I will leave the first block and then write down here cycle. Then leave 2 block and then car. Then leave 2 block and then bus. Leave 2 block and then scooter. Then leave 2 block and then truck. Okay, I have to increase the length of this one. Now if you see the chart, you can see the maximum number of people are using 34 and we don't have 34 blocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 blocks are there. It means we are not able to represent the one block is equal to one vehicle. Okay, one people. So what we will do, we will make a scale here, 34. It means we are going to make this scale here. One square represent 2 people. Okay, so it means the first one is 0, then second number is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You have to write the table of 2, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, this is the table of 2. 26, 28, 30, 34, 36. Okay, so first we will take the cycle. I am taking this first block as a cycle, leaving first one block. And how many people are driving the cycle? It is 15. So in between 14 and 16, you can see this small line is there. Okay, so I will consider this line as a 1. So cycle and this 15. And join this one and then make it. So in between 14 and 16, one line is there. This is a 15. Okay, this is for cycle. After cycle, there are 34. This people like car, so 34 is here and car is here. So we can put it here, 34. And how many legs? Bus 5 only. So 4 and 6, in between 4 and 6 it is 5. So I will take it here 5. This is 5. Okay. Then 10 legs scooter. So 10 is coming here. So first I will take then 1, 2, 3 block and then draw the scooter. 10. Then 4 leg truck. So 4 is here. 1, 2, 3 block. So this is a horizontal paragraph. Okay. This one is vertical paragraph. This is the horizontal paragraph. If same thing, if you want to color it, you can color or do the pencil shading also. That part also I am going to teach you. Just draw the slanting line. Okay. So in case of horizontal paragraph, this side I have put the fixed one, that is the constant one, which is not going to change, cycle, car, name of the vehicle. And this side I have written the variable. Variable means which is going to be changed. In case of vertical paragraph, this side I have means this x-axis I have drawn the constant point, and this side I have drawn the variables. Clear to you? So this is the vertical paragraph, and this is the horizontal paragraph. You have to draw these two pictures in your copy. Okay. Now exercise 13a, the questions is given, which I already explained you. This is all about the exercise 13a. Complete the work. Again I am repeating the important points. You have to write the title of the paragraph, then scale, then axis, draw it neatly. This should be fixed between the two bars. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Should be fixed. Width is also supposed to be of same width. All are of the one block. I have not taken more than one square. Okay. So these all things, if you will keep in your mind, you will make a neat and clean. Please make it neatly, and if you want to put color, you can use the color. It's up to you. It's not compulsory to put the color, but if you are putting the color, it will look more presentable. Okay. All the best for your work. Complete the work.